All right, here we go again, my friends. It's Hambbage, and I'm so thrilled that you guys decided to drop in. Hope you enjoy the upcoming recorded play session. We're going to get some hardcore vanilla Minecraft going. We play in version 1.17. I at least didn't see any updates go through, so yep, there it is right on the screen there. So yeah, let's get our slow cooker world cooking here and see where we left off. It is a beautiful Monday morning here. Man, I was outside this morning. It was like 60 degrees. It felt so awesome. It like steady rained last night for the first time since, I don't know, around Memorial Day or something. Um, so yeah, I am just in a world of delight here. Is that a nighttime? I think it's a nighttime, so we might as well sleep before we get going too crazy here. Sorry, I just had to get my bearings, see what all we had going on. I see some stars coming out, though. Not enough out. There we go. Nothing like starting off a day with a nice little nap. This is going to be the high-intensity hardcore napping stream. Welcome aboard, everybody. Hope you enjoy. No, 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 no. Actually, we don't plan to do much napping. We've got a whole batch of sand to grab now. And I don't know particularly where to start or not start, so we'll just kind of go here. I think I'd like to get over across that water, though, um, and not focus on this just immediately, because we've still got that whole other section of terracotta to do back there, right? We haven't had literally a distant view. Maybe we should, seeing as how apparently, if left to its own devices, YouTube loves lime shulker boxes for thumbnails. It must be the colors, right? YouTube wants to get a lot of contrast, and a lot of my thumbnails, I get it, right? We're not the super flashy because a lot of the stuff that we do is out in the end or in the nether, and some of the most compelling images for a hardcore let's play are not the same flashy, bright images from the overworld that would really catch the eye if you're scrolling through a list of YouTube suggestions. So, I don't know, there's certainly stuff you can do once you get more into the editing thing. I'm just not there. Don't have enough time. Would rather be playing than editing, and at least at the moment, that's not a top priority. So yeah, we'll wait and see. But I wanted to dive back in here. Man, I had such a great weekend. I hope you all did as well. Hope you got to enjoy some summertime. Here we are. June is zipping right along, friends. I don't know if you noticed, but it is now the 21st of June. I can't believe it. I mean, summer flies by so fast. It just is kind of a shock every time you stop and go, wait, really? We're almost into July, and here in Colorado, I mean, you can go up in the mountains in any season. You can get some snow if you've really been missing out. Now, August, early September can be a little dicey. You may not have any precip, so that can be a challenge. But I've caught a few wet, sloppy flakes in July. August is the toughest, and then it's really is the hail that you're catching soft enough to convince yourself it's actually snow, not just slushy hailstones. And I know meteorologists out there know there's a difference. And for me, it's is it something other than raindrops? Well, then it suddenly gets cool when it's in the middle of the summer. So yeah, we've always got those kind of things in play out here, but really it's kind of September through May that you really have a chance for getting wintry type weather, even here where I live in the Front Range of Colorado. So on the plains around Denver, where you're not in the mountains but you can see them, that kind of stuff. So yeah, we can kind of start to think we're about a third of the way through the months when that stuff isn't in play, and that's always something I just love about my home. You never ever know. You can have beautiful 80-degree weather in February. Hey, we had 60-degree weather in both December and January this year. So all those things are possible, and keep it fresh and different, right? Then the next weekend you might have a blizzard, and I love that variety, and it really does in a year like this. It's just getting to the point of feeling like we're moving out of spring, and all of a sudden it's like, man, summer's flying by. So yeah, I get a kick out of that, and being surprised by weather and regular changes, keeping it on the turn. But it was no shock or surprise. It was long awaited when we finally got some cooler weather here overnight last night. It got some real rain yesterday shortly after I broke off the last recorded video. We actually got some quick rain. It rained for probably about 10 minutes of total storming, where it was blowing around a little bit, and got some big fat splatters of rain and that kind of stuff, but didn't do a whole lot. But then, I don't know, later in the evening, I kind of got caught off when we were wrapping up the stream. I had the U.S. Open on in the background, and it was the first time, I don't know how long, I'd actually had like actual TV on my TV. Usually I'm watching to stream through PlayStation, something or other, whether that's Twitch or YouTube or one of the streaming services. Can vary based on my mood, but I don't find that much local TV news anymore. Is that appealing? It's something to occasionally have on in the background, but now I find when I'm having some morning coffee or whatever, I'm following up on comments and things on my video, or back and forth with comments that I've left for others. So that kind of covers me through breakfast. Maybe catch a bit of a stream here and there, and then it's off to the races. But today was kind of uniquely fun, and I'd known about this for a couple weeks now, but one of my buddies, a couple of my buddies, one of my good friends moved out to Hawaii a number of years ago with his wife, and they've been out there, like I said, for a few years now. We still see each other pretty regularly, but it's definitely a distanced relationship now. Well, another of our mutual friends, not as close a friend as my other buddy, he'd moved out more recently. Now that's been a couple years too. It's amazing how time flies when you're out there, or when your life is just moving past you, and it's like, oh yeah, man, they have been gone for a while. But in the course of the NHL hockey playoffs, for anybody not in the States or not familiar, National Hockey League, the North American Ice Hockey Championships for the professional league have been going on here for a few weeks now, and are getting closer to their conclusion. They're about halfway through the third of 4 rounds, so pretty entertaining. But in the the first couple rounds, my local team was playing, and both me and my friend are good fans or big fans of the sport and the team. So we'd done a lot of talking and texting along the way when those were kicking off. And along the way, he'd said, "Oh yeah, hey, this other buddy's over." And kind of throw the phone on speaker and over the chop and all that. We got to catch up a little bit, and that was fun. And then later in texting, he's like, "Hey, my buddy's going to be on this local radio station. He's filling in for a disc jockey or something like that. I don't know what the specifics were, but he was like, "Hey, you should tune in and play it live over the web, that interwebs thing. I don't know if any of you guys have heard of it, but you can actually go to these www addresses and you can listen to stuff or see actual pictures on it. Sometimes they even have these channels like YouTube where a lot of people can put up their videos. Sometimes they even play video games like Minecraft." Anyway, total sidetrack. So congrats to my buddy, and I'm not gonna go into any details yet because I haven't heard a whole lot about it, and I wouldn't just throw that out publicly unless I was asked or approved to. But yeah, he's done a couple weeks worth of early morning Hawaiian radio, like assistant disc jockeying. It's kind of comical. It's it's like this private. It's very cool and eclectic. 'Cause I just for the first time I got to listen for an hour today, and it was totally unexpected. You never know really what to expect, but it was awesomely eclectic and just cool. I've had a couple friends in radio over the years, and always cool to tune into something and hear a familiar voice on the airwaves. And then back in like college days, a girl I knew was a disc jockey for a particular show or something, late night kind of radio, and that was. Ooh, should we do it again? I'm not gonna leave you hanging, Maya, but let me. Oh, get back! Come on, Skilly. Don't forget, I'm gonna talk about Maya quests here in a sec. All your awesome comments. You are a true friend of the channel, so thank you. Now we got you kind of where we want you. Let's get some food. Stop coming to me, Skelly. You're the one that's supposed to loop back around. Okay. Now, shoot him. Shoot. There you go. One more. Okay. Oh. Dude, how many times? Who wants to come back this way? So, well, now that the creeper's not coming, come on, creeper, get over here. While we're kind of waiting and bouncing here, I had a couple of just. First of all, my quest, you are awesome. Totally appreciate all the support and the views and keeping me up. Now get back in the water. Oh, now I got a spider I gotta deal with. Oh no! Oh boy! Not double creeper. It's all fun and games until second creeper shows up. Oh no! Okay, he didn't do too much damage, really. Yeah, we know. You're a tough guy. So tough. So, yeah, Maya Quests, definitely check out on the YouTubes. Does a little bit more heavily modded in a Let's Play. play series and is playing survival. But if you're watching this video, I'm sure he's already probably got a comment down below. Um, one more. Come on. Now the Skelly won't shoot? Oh, man. Look, guys. Oh, and how is that water still flowing? What was that? That wasn't the same creeper, was it? Oh, it's all getting very... No, there's the creeper. Okay, I gotta go clean up. Ooh, see, you'll get... It was all going so well until... Oh, oh, I forgot about the mine. Oh, boy. All right. You're still the guy I don't want to hurt. Oh, no, this would have been bad. I shouldn't have put him in the middle of everything. Is the Skelly still over here? That's the same Skelly, right? Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh. Well, that might have taken care of some of the zombies. Yep. Dead. And baby zombie with a sword is no joke. Okay. Now, original creeper is still over there. Oh, we got some more skellies over this way. Come here, Skelly. Oh no. No! Oh man. Well, I tried for you. So, out of all that, the whole idea was to play the record game again. And Maya's comment the other day had just two winners, actually. The first was talking about the messages that I kind of leave in my, for lack of a better word, the outro, right? End of each episode, I kind of get in the habit of telling people to take breaks. I think it's important, and I think it's worthwhile to remind people to do that. But primarily, I do it because I need to remind myself. It is so easy for me to spend hours playing this game. And many times I've ended up in that kind of situation where gonna do this. You're gonna come up here. Anybody else around that I have to worry about? Get up on the ground. Get shot. Oh. Oh, now he can't see me. Ah. All right. Well, that's why the record game is fun. So he had this comment. You guys can go check it out. I don't know which of the videos it was specifically. It's something about how it's funny every time you make the mention to go take a break. I always feel like I should, and then something about how like you have the strange hypnotic power to make me want to do that. I was just laughing out loud. I was like, oh man, it never even occurred to me that that could be a response. But it was fun to get that feedback. And then another of Maya's comments recently was talking about a video. I was coming back from the abandoned mine shaft, and I'd stopped in the desert there on a night and was bouncing around doing the same thing, trying to get the skellies to shoot the creepers. And he's like, man, you would risk your world for a record. That's crazy. And that very paraphrased, right? He understands it, and I knew, I wasn't really taking it down. I've got the totem. There are means to ensure, I've got apples and all the rest of it. So I'm not going in really trying to put my world on the line. It's just kind of something fun to do when you've got those swarms and they're rolling around. I like to try to see if I can get the skeletons to finish them off for me. It's just a great little bonus and adds something to the combat. So I've always, for a long time anyway, I've done that. It used to, did there used to be an advancement for that? I kind of think back when they were achievements rather than advancements, but I kind of think that there was something along those lines, that getting the skeleton to kill a creeper and drop a record was an achievement. Maybe. It's always been something, at least as long as I've been playing, that you could do, though. So I've played that game. Once I get geared up, I mean, you guys see my early videos, skellies and creepers are big time danger threats when you're first getting going. You don't want to mess with them, and I keep them far away. But yeah, when it gets to a point where you're not in instant death, and if you have a big enough area, this isn't ideal, but like in the deserts, you can kind of kite them around. Get a big old swarm of zombies coming, and then kind of hop up on a ridge and let them come to you, and use your sweeping edge and jump hits to just crit and clean them up. And I haven't done any of that well so far, but it's fun. And if you have a few creepers in the mix and are kind of circling around the skeletons, then yeah, they may do the work for you and actually thin out the creepers. So if you're just kind of aware of it and kind of work in circles and don't stay put, you may start finding that, if you then hold out through dawn and check the inventory or look for the drops, that there may be a couple records out there you weren't even expecting. Now, the one that may risk the world, and I don't know exactly how to mechanize it, but I know you can, is when we need to get the charged creeper head. That's a different deal. And we'll do it because I want to get that banner, and I've never gotten it before. But either through lightning strikes, or ideally, once we get a trident, we're going to try to charge up a creeper and then kill them to get the head. And I believe, unlike the Wither Skelly, my understanding is that is a given drop. Once you've got the charged creepers, that they will always drop a head. Maybe you're wrong. Again, that's something I've never worked on or done. So I look forward to it. But it could be oh boy, we just made a horrible mistake scenario. And that's, again, part of the fun of Minecraft. I love that even when this kind of combat that gets mixed in here gets a little stale, right? It's not, we can largely just walk up to a creeper, take a shot. I don't think you can sit right next to him. That would probably, if not take us out, severely wear down our hearts and our durability on our armor, which, took a little bit of a ding. It's a little scuffed. We'll have to get it into the repair shop in the coming days here to get it squared away. So that was one thing. So many times now, Maya's come through with some just great comments, and that's really appreciated. There are others of you as well. I appreciate all of the comments, all the likes, and all the views. Really feeling the support from you guys, so I thank you for it. But you are a rock star. And when I first, I think it's one of the early comments. Oh yeah, I'm gonna catch up your series. I really enjoy having Let's Plays to watch while I'm playing, and that's exactly the background that I come from. I've watched so many long Let's Plays over the years as I've been playing my own games. It's just cool to have. I said it many times before. That's my background. So actually having somebody that's like, yeah, no, that's no problem. I know it's a big time commitment, but I'm plugging away. It's very cool, and I think at some point saw the light and was like, yeah, maybe we don't go back and start at the beginning. There's enough coming out here that maybe we'll just go forward, which is cool. There's some good oopses back along the way in terms of recording and all that. Just my newbiness, but I am certainly prone to those nowadays too. So if there was the not having the headset. Oh man, now that I'm saying it, I should check. Make sure I don't have a slide up. All right, look at us, 26 minutes in and no slides in front of us. Awesome. Because if I say it, that means I've screwed something up. But no, not this time. This time we are full speed ahead. And let's not have that. Let's try not to get stuck in that lake. So yeah, very, 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 very cool. All the feedback that I've been getting, I really appreciate it, and again, continue to make some new acquaintances out there in YouTube and Twitch land. Others, I hope, are maybe out there searching on YouTube or on hardcore Let's Plays and coming across it on their own. If you are, welcome. I hope you enjoy. Again, this is. I felt very dolphin-y. Is there a dolphin in here? Just seemed high speed. Oh, hey. Oh, it looks like a sword for a second underwater. Yeah, this is pure out-of-the-box vanilla. I am a pure out-of-the-box video recorder. Relatively new to this whole thing. I think mid-April is when I got started, and dropped another lake. Dropped a couple worlds right out of the gate, just getting going, and it's tough. Hardcore vanilla Minecraft. Say what you want about Minecraft being a kid's game. Bang for bang. For variety and challenge, I'll put hardcore Minecraft up there. If you don't have actual mods, if you're not, air quotes cheating, right? You're not giving yourself advantages over the way that the game was built and designed. Yeah, it's got tons of challenge, and you'll hear that from the people that try it. They're like, "Man, this is awful. I lost my world again." That's all part of the experience. So, really, no apologies from my part on playing this style and not having mods. As I said, Maya's stuff is much more, he calls it lightly modded, and it's all relative, right? There's certainly a wide range. We're not going to do the skelly dance again this time. We got to get to work. But for me, I don't even know. There's so few mods that I actually know that they all seem unfamiliar and different. But watching some of his stuff and some of the cool machines and things that he has going, and there was, I commented in his most recent video, I was like, man, I'm just impressed. He's got like these little, like, they look kind of like little button blocks, but they're some kind of like a trampoline catapult. If you think like 80s action movie, the stuntmen when they, an explosion would go off or something, and the little like steam catapult would pop them into the air for you got blown up and launched kind of um, appearance. They kind of act like that, and he had like two stacked in a row, so he could just launch himself up to a big hill in his base area. And I was like, oh man, that's pretty cool. Again, I certainly appreciate watching some of that kind of stuff. It's not exactly my preference, but if you're a modded player or something like that, and you're taking the time to create some content and put it out there, let me know. At least just trust me. At least at this point, who knows the future, but at this point, I can certainly manage it. And if you're going to take the time to leave me a comment, I'm going to take the time to check out your name and at least see if you are a creator or if you're just a viewer that is logged in and liking to track stuff. Nothing wrong with that. But I'll give you a shot. See if you got anything out there, and even if it's not my exact thing, I will drop by from time to time and try to mash the like button when I can and support the fellow creators that take time to drop by here. As long as we're shouting people out, one Hashira, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, has been good enough to drop by our place a few times, and he's playing like Yakuza, some kind of again not my style game. It's like I don't even know if it's an open world type deal, but it's kind of an action story, not an ARPG really. I guess depending on how big the world is and how forced the story is, it's a little similar to like a Fallout, that kind of level of story it would seem. Maybe I'm totally misreading. Maybe it's a little closer to like a GTA or something like that. But it's that whole you find yourself in a criminal underworld and have to rise up to figure out what's going on, how you fit in, and what the backstory is. So the couple that I've checked out have been entertaining, and I'm always thrilled that there's people around the world that are interested in checking out this world and how we play in it. So thanks to all of you guys that are dropping by. And I know not everybody wants to drop a comment or leave anything. Some people will probably see 5 minutes and they're like, man, that guy's gathering sand. What do I want to watch that for? I could go outside and dig some sand. Well, you could. Have at it. But that's what we're doing right now. We need this sand, and this is hardcore vanilla. So the only way that we're going to accomplish the projects that we want to finish up is to get the materials we need, and sand is right at the top of the list. So count yourselves lucky with this part. When it's done, regular sand is going to seem super quick by comparison. So we got that going. Now somewhere back behind this hill, we've got a bit of jungle that had bordered on the edge of the biome. That's off to the southwest. It's just to help people with their bearings. And somewhere through and past on that dark forest, there's actually a village over there, which we'd seen in our initial kind of walk around the biome. I think it was still before we had wings, maybe. But we went exploring and checked things out. Yeah, we'll maybe, when we get things wrapped up from a sand gathering perspective, and I guess I really should, maybe we should head back here. How close are we to being full? Not very yet. When we next go back with full loads or to sleep, I need to remember to craft all these sand blocks into sandstone blocks. There's no reason for us to carry the sand. We have a crafting table, and that gets us a 4-to-1 space improvement. So let's do that. So yeah, the carve that we made over under a beacon into the edge of the mesa there is just to start in gathering some terracotta. And as we talked about, we're going to need some additional storage back at base because terracotta is one of the most beastly storage propositions in the game. I personally would recommend, no matter how sorted your storage is, you got that fanciest auto sorter and all that good stuff. No matter what you got, I would still split my terracotta storage out from the rest of the game stuff. It's just going to add a ton of volume. It's time consuming. If you're automated, it's going to be time consuming. You got to be around to let it run. It'll lag your game and all that kind of stuff as all those items are moving. And if it's manual, why run around when you can just have a dedicated separate area to throw it all into? So we're planning that, but at the moment we're also watching the health of this shovel. We have one more shovel and have already used most of 2 picks, so those are in need of repair. Ooh. Wow. Man, all the fun stuff always happens right when I'm full. Because that looks like maybe a ravine or just a big cave area. Big ravine. How fun. Okay. Well, let's get back this way. Probably pick those sticks up again automatically anyway, but the priority being the sand, we'll just go ahead and grab those at the moment. Sticks, they trade okay, I guess, if we wanted to set that up. We've got a chest dedicated to them down in our basement, but haven't done much there. I'd love, maybe in conjunction with expanding our storage a bit, maybe we bump up basement renovation just partially ahead of tower while we're cooking and all that kind of stuff. It's so ugly down there. I don't know. We'll see. Every time I go through, I'm like, man, by this point, if I was in my own world, I would have just said, you know what? Time to make this look better. Those stairs, every time we go up and down those stairs, I mean, the stairs themselves, it's not the most luxurious pattern, but based on the materials that we had in hand at the beginning, it was perfect. And I like those old memories of how your world started. I know sometimes you're building for a particular style or going for a look, and we don't even need the crafting table. That helps. When you're doing that, yeah, you want to replace things that have come before. And sometimes just to grow your base or your world or a machine or something, you need to make changes. And just like in life, that's something you don't want to shy away from when you have the opportunity to grow by changing or make progress on something. Go ahead and do it. Don't shy away from it. Don't get so attached to the past that you can't make those changes. Hang on a second. Oh, second to last swallow of coffee. That must mean we're. Oh, I wanted to check the time. Must mean we're getting close to the end of the episode, though. 40 minutes, so 2/3. We're gonna try to see if we can hold to around an hour this time. Who knows if we can actually do that? But it's a fun thing to try to do after the early episodes kept us way up there. The very first one, I think I went about 5 hours, and I was kind of treating it like a stream VOD. I was like, oh yeah, I can go this long, no problem. Why don't I just throw it up? Well, I didn't really appreciate at the time that really the only reason that streamers are going to throw up long VODs like that is to save the post production time. They don't get enough value out of it. Their focus is really the live stream audience. So it's there if you want it, if you want to go connect. But they're kind of treating it, as a backlog catch up, have fun, enjoy kind of scenario instead of this is my primary content. I want it to be as accessible as possible to people. So that's something to keep in mind, certainly. But I quickly moved. I was like, oh man, that's just too long, And you kind of begin to see as you start to see your average view time and all that there aren't many people that are gonna tolerate much more than 20-30 minutes of watching. And I know that these are already long, but again, this is a hardcore let's play. Oh, there's a jungle tree, so we're getting close to what I talked about, which is good and bad, right? It's good that we have some jungle around here. I always like to be able to see the jungle, but it's bad that more redstone sand. But I think there's a lot kind of around this end of the biome that was kind of this low-lying area, like what we're in, but wrapping back around that way. So we'll do a lot of shoveling, gather things up. While we're talking, so again, yesterday we had, or I had, made a couple references to the U.S. Open, the golf championship being contested yesterday afternoon in the final. It was apparently very, very competitive, at least from the start, to as far as nobody was running away with it, right? It wasn't like someone was the leader a couple strokes ahead and they were defending or, making sure that they didn't run into trouble while others risked it all to try to catch up. This was a group of, I don't know, like at least a half dozen that were within a stroke or so of each other, and then a bigger group even beyond that. Nobody had run away with it. And I just had it on, wasn't even really watching that closely, but I think by the time the last video came along, I was like, oh, well, yeah, the one dude with the fancy flag shoes, he had kind of fallen out of contention. He must have struggled, and we sort of talked about, maybe that's the difference of having a live audience and comparing that to last year pre-COVID when the same guy won the U.S. Open when nobody could be around due to the pandemic. And, how does that actually affect the pressure of competing at a high level like that? Ooh, we got more. There it goes. I don't know if we got it, but that'll be a cool potential snapshot. This could be a mess. Not yet, though. I don't know if we're ready to go caving exactly. two other ones better fall. Shovel's still hanging on here. Yeah, Enderman, if you could clear all the dirt blocks from here, that'd be cool. You're always trying to do it around my base, so why not here? Where it would be appreciated. Hi, Bat. Bit more there. Got a bit more over on the other edge. Now, the sand that fell is not going to despawn, so we don't have to feel rushed to get down into this hole. Oh, except where it might have landed in the lava. That is a great ravine, though. That's like straight down. I mean, unless that's an artificially high lava lake, which it could be. That's, that would appear to be a good old drop all the way down to diamond level. And don't see any mine shafts yet, but again, these are older chunks, not in the 17 stuff. Wow, sorry about that. We may not see a mine there. In fact, I'd prefer, if we're going to do any actual additional mines, that they be in the new chunks, so we can get some of the newer loots and goodies out of them. But right now, we don't really want to. We don't particularly want to mine to get distracted with. Even if we find it, we may. This is going to be the problem. You can go there. We want to save those for the new chunks. So don't waste it, game. Save those for later. Just a regular old squid, huh? I guess that's normal. Can glow squid? I'm assuming they can, but can glow squid spawn in 16 chunks? Three? Is 3 enough? Should have jumped, huh? Oh, don't fall, you dumb sand. Coming all the way down here to try to save you from that lava. Do have the old Mesa gold bonus here, so that makes this ravine a little more appealing. Alright, there's one side done. I thought that diorite? That's how one it is down there. I thought that was a skeleton for a second. wait. Filled up. Now we're full. I guess we'll take the bit of gold here. Alright, can we make it back around to our exit point here before it gets too dark? Remember, I'm trying to be good and hold this to an hour, so I don't really want to do creeper skelly fights. Oh, it scared me for a second. Like, oh no, we just opened up a drop. Alright, last little bits of sand here. Back over the hill. Sword in case we need it. Oh, and remind me, we're going to do a couple episodes, so remind myself that I never finished the U.S. Open and related Sunday evening entertainment story. I'll try to hit that here in the next episode, but I'm guessing... Hi, buddy. Yeah, couldn't stay to play. I'm guessing this is going to kind of wrap us up on this one. We got a good chance to stop and unload and swap out that tool and put this gold over in this box and make a bunch of red sandstone. Just remember how quick it all went when I'm telling myself, yeah, we're doing really well, we're getting a lot. Well, we might be getting a good start, but it goes so fast. All right, what? Hey, a little quick this time, but that's all right. I think with the shovel switch, that's a good measure, right? Got another shovel. We'll attempt to use that up in the next one, and it should be a good about equal balance. So let's go ahead and savor up right here. Will be anti-racist. I just can't imagine, since we got a second here, I can't really imagine the people that cling to racist or any kind of delineation between people. And it's by far in the whole outpouring of the George Floyd situation in Minneapolis last summer and how that kind of erupted. And it goes back Missouri, Florida, Carolinas, there have been so many. Colorado's had a number of police involved shootings and fatalities and, other misconduct type stuff. All that kind of stuff, and the dialogue that it led to is wonderful. We need to be able to talk, but it does sadden me that so much of that has now shifted and become a conversation of my group this, my group that, and it really seems almost counter to the conversation to talk about it. And again, for folks internationally, you guys may not have these same dialogues, but here in the United States, we don't shy from our history. We don't, at least we didn't mop things under the rug. Now it's becoming very fashionable to try to erase certain parts of our history, and I feel that's too bad. As a person who studied a lot of history, that to me seems like a bit of an unnecessary cancel. You can build and celebrate and move forward, but you don't have to come into a particular time and say we discredit all those who came before us, because soon you're going to find that you pushed too far. You've removed things that were the cornerstones that future generations rely upon to protect the same freedoms that we have. So again, little rant there, but we had a minute. So in terms of the be anti-racist, I just can't fathom And this isn't the institutionalized stuff. I get it, bureaucracies and institutions and the way things are trained and passed down from, you know, mentors to mentees in various careers, and air quotes, the police. That seems to be one where institutionalized policies have continued. And again, there are some stereotypes that do manifest, and that it shouldn't. There should be no context for race. You shouldn't be profiling a black man, but a lot of times, due to past history, the social nature is that young black men are approached an easy prey to gang violence, or the appeal of the quick and easy materialism of gang violence, because they haven't had solid father figures on the day after Father's Day. They don't have that. So an older male who's a gangbanger can come in and be very appealing to young men, just becoming teenagers, that kind of age. Hey, I'm an authority figure. I'm what a man should appear to be. And they're really not. They're just one step out of jail themselves and looking for easy scapegoats to go do dirty work, and kind of sit at the top of an organization where they're raking in profits for less risk, and letting the kids go take the blame and really ruin their own opportunities as a result. So I grew up thinking that we'd moved beyond a lot of that, and having celebrating friends with a whole bunch of different backgrounds and cultures. And you know I, I guess foolishly, I expected that others did that as well, and I think most people do. I really think we're in a better place now than what I know, and I wasn't alive then, but what I know of the 60s and the era, since then. Those things just aren't accepted. And I hope that the heightened awareness that we have right now, the LGBTQ community having representation and visibility, all of the various racial groups getting acknowledged for having had uh, an unbalanced system in the past, and getting that balanced out, and the inequities of men and women in the workplace. There shouldn't be discrepancies in pay. There shouldn't be discrepancies in opportunity for uh, women or people of any race to start and run a business. And those people, as they get the opportunities, and sometimes that's a banking deal, right? They need to be given the opportunity to get a loan, or they need to be able to go to potential investors, historically old white guys, and say, hey, I need some cash. And those people need to adapt to the idea that, yeah, this woman, this man, this, Asian American woman has a brilliant idea. I need to back her. And when she's having success, she's going to hire people around her that she trusts and values. And I would imagine that those people will be, by and large, or at least considered as women equally and blindly compared to men. That would be my real hope, is that nobody just clings to their old kind of tribal, and I don't say that alluding to Native American or anything else, but the sociological tribal idea that you group with people that are similar to you. I think now, our values should define what our similarities are, and our interests, and some of those kind of things, rather than trivialities, which honestly is what they are. The pigmentation of your skin is a triviality. It was heightened over millennia of evolution, and done so because of distance between groups. But those distances are gone. Our culture and the cultural differences that made it easy to, throw up barriers between groups or religions or anything else, those evaporate as our world distance evaporates. The internet, games, videos like this are so powerful in bringing us together, that why would pigmentation have anything to do with it? Why would your own very personal spiritual journey have anything to do with, whether your parents thought that you should marry the person you love or not? It's just crazy. So I hope we're all there. And to Minecraft's credit, First of all, I don't think a splash screen, if somebody is so backwards or feels so slighted that they have to hate the world and easily just associate that to people of a different color, I don't think a splash screen is going to help, but it's important to reinforce that there are better ways to pick the people that you associate with than something as silly as the pigment amount in your skin tone. And I I really hope that as we go forward, it's the values and the interests, and just it can be geographic area too. Those are all going away. We're all getting stirred. America is the great melting pot, and that was a phrase that went back to the 19th century at least. I'm pretty sure it was 19th century as people were coming into the then booming cities of New York and Boston and Philadelphia, and coming from all across primarily Europe, and they were getting stirred together. But it adapted over the 20th century. The West Coast had a very, very strong and well-established Asian community that long predated the World War II internment stuff. So uh, lots of different races have long histories here, and I hope those can all be celebrated, and that we can really all grow as Americans and not be the hey, we have to win at the expense of others. No, we're all gonna get better together and go forward. Hey, then we can get real idealistic and say, oh, maybe all humans can be that way, and we can all sing Beatles songs and be kumbaya moment. Personally, I'm a little bit skeptical when it comes to all that. It's just we're too complex of a system, and there will always be local people that will try to seize power, and it's going to happen anywhere. So anyway, that was an unexpected random rant, but we had a couple minutes, and I want to take this moment. Maya, I'm calling you out. Go take a break, man. The powers look into the swirly eye, or this coin that I'm swinging on a chain in front of you. Go get up, look away from the screen, give your eyes and your brain that wonderful chance to reset and refresh. Move those legs, get that blood pumping. Come on, let's go, everybody. We're gonna take a good 10-15 minute. Go take that brisk walk, and we'll be right back here whenever you guys are done. So until then, take care of yourselves and one another. Let's definitely think about when you may have not because you're a jerk, but may have just hey man, I wasn't saying anything, but deep down I was profiling somebody and I didn't know anything about them, but I just assumed based on their clothes or their accent or something else that they might have been something I don't even know that they were. If you know what to look for in your own thinking, you're halfway to correcting it. So doesn't mean we're not all awesome. We're just human, right? So let's all work on getting better together in Minecraft and in the world. And stay awesome. We'll see you next time. I'm out of here. Go take a break. Bye now.